Has Bran seen the Watch Mojo top 20? Oh my god, you just reminded me about this. Somebody sent me this the other day and was like, you should watch this because you watched one of the old videos. We watched the Watch Mojo's top 20 strongest Genshin Impact characters, or top 10 or whatever it was, ages ago, dude. And it was terrible. Luke was like number 3, dude. And albeit it was close to the start of the game, so there weren't many strong characters, but they were definitely stronger. They were definitely stronger. I'm pretty sure they put like Ryden Shogun at like 8 or something. It was bad. It was very bad. They did not really know what they were talking about. Have they improved over the past 4 years? Let's take a look and see if they have improved at all, or if this is still going to be just as much of a joke. Genshin Impact 20... Did I say 2020? Oh, is it talking about the release date? Okay, it is.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're ranking the best characters in Genshin Impact.
This better start off good, dude. Top 20, there's a lot of characters in Genshin Impact now, by the way. Like 80 something, I think.
We'll be looking at units who deal high damage, buff and heal party members, and have longevity in Genshin's ever-expanding roster and world.
Okay.
Number 20.
Thank God Zhongli was not actually there. Okay, that's fine. Kokami at number 20. Okay.
Kokami.
In this battle,
okay.
Gobi's and Gogeisha platoons will
Kokami's still a solid unit, dude.
Successful. We will besiege
Kokami's still a solid unit.
As a descendant of the Sangonomiya clan and Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, Kokami is a solid 5-star Hydro Catalyst character.
Yes.
At a young age, she's in charge of most affairs on the island. That's how you know not to underestimate her. It makes sense that someone responsible for keeping so many people happy has one of the game's best healing abilities, to the point where she can sometimes overheal. She also has a wide-reaching elemental skill that easily applies Hydro, meaning she can act as the solitary Hydro unit on certain teams.
Yeah,
Plus,
that's true.
The skill's duration can be refreshed by Elemental Burst.
I mean, this is very fair so far, I feel like.
Number 9.
Hey, Watch Mojo, why isn't she critting? Okay.
19. Xingqiu.
Actually kind of surprised he's only at 19. Because Xingqiu is still one of the best Hydro applicators in the game. Like, by far. I'm very surprised he's at 19.
The studious yet mischievous Xingqiu is a 4-star Hydro Sword character and the second son of the guild manager of the influential Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Yes.
The sword rain attacks of Xingqiu's Elemental Burst apply Hydro with every 3rd strike, making it among the best on-field bursts.
Hold on.
His Elemental Burst apply Hydro with every 3rd strike, making it among the best on-field bursts.
Off-field burst. But yes.
The Avid Reader's elemental skill provides multiple elemental particles, can grant additional defense, and inflict Hydro on close opponents. Always striving for chivalry, Xingqiu's in-game description reads that he yearns for justice and fairness for all. But he also has a rebellious side and is sometimes at odds with his family over his commitment to the guild.
Indeed he is. Not that that matters, but... That's a clip to show his true power. Honestly, I'm impressed that this is the clip you chose to show how strong Xingqiu is as a character.
Family over his commitment to the guild.
You missed the E. You get that one. You. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to be attacking at that moment. Yep. Great. Okay. What? Brother, how do you have Jangling at 18?
Jangling.
It's time to
I'm sorry. I thought we learned.
introduce you to my latest masterpiece. I call it the most marvelous, multicolored soup.
You put 2 of the best support characters? The lowest on the list? Okay. Okay.
Boba, get them.
Remember, y'all, these are all opinions. No, this is the top 20 strongest Genshin Impact characters. This is Watch Mojo. I don't take Watch Mojo stuff as opinions, necessarily. I take this as, like, this is the... People watch this and take it seriously, dude. Like, this is the strongest characters. It's not.
A 4-star Pyro
It's
polearm
not.
sub-DPS character, Jangling is the famous head of the Wan Min restaurant in Liyue, and she runs it with her father, Chef Mao. She's known to be adventurous with her cooking, especially her signature heat and spice, resulting in bold flavors. Jangling has
This is Watch Mojo, yes.
significant AoE elemental burst damage, with her elemental burst Pyronado having powerful pyro application on foes.
Very.
Even when elemental burst gets swapped out, it retains its damage buffs. Jangling is partnered most commonly with Bennett. as she can snapshot his flat attack buff so that she can use her burst while he is also active.
Okay, so how do you... Did they chat GPT this? Because if they know all of this, how the hell are they placing her at 18?
As she can snapshot his flat attack buff so that she can use her burst while he is also active.
There's zero shot. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Who's going to be next? I swear it's going to be Eula or something. It's going to be...
Number 17, Risley.
Okay. Come on. I love Risley. He's one of my favorite Fontaine characters. This ain't it, though.
Dad's still packing up his stuff, so you'll have to give him a minute.
This ain't it.
That's all right. He has a long journey ahead after all.
Risley, a 5-star Cryo Catalyst character, has one of the darkest backstories in Genshin Impact.
That's true.
Having killed his cruel foster parents to save his adopted siblings.
Yeah.
For this, he was exiled to the Fortress of Meripede as a teenager, but he turned pain into power, becoming the fortress's administrator and serving in an aspirational role amongst his fellow prisoners. Risley is best utilized in melt or freeze teams as a main DPS. Constant cryo usage is helpful for elemental reactions like freeze. He relies on normal attacks.
Actually, that's a good point. After this, we'll ask ChatGPT the top 20 strongest Genshin characters and see if it's the same thing.
For high, consistent damage, reducing the need to rely on burst
Also, yeah, I guess
cooldowns
they did
and
put
his
story
elemental skill.
spoilers in this.
Additionally, Risley can self-heal if his health falls below a certain threshold, and the fact that he can ice bridge across the water makes it easy to get around.
Jesus Christ. That's so insane, dude. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. It's like, that's actually insane. It's literally like saying, the strongest character in this game is Farina, who, by the way, isn't the Archon. In case you didn't know.
Number 16, Beidou.
I'm gonna hear him out.
Most of them are fine. It's just the glaze lilies. They don't come cheap, especially not fresh ones.
While there are plenty of strong characters in Genshin Impact, there aren't many who can also brag about being a doctor. We must admit, though, if our physician had green hair, an albino snake around their shoulders, and aspirations of immortality, we'd probably feel slightly intimidated.
Fuck no, sign me up, dude.
The last thing we need is more anxiety about our medical appointments. Beidou, the guardian of Kwikwi and owner of Boo Boo Farm.
Sorry, one more time, wait.
Need is more anxiety about our medical appointments. Beidou, the guardian of Kwikwi and...
It's cute. It's cute. They don't have the pronunciation. It's cute. It's Kwikwi.
An owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy is a 5-star Dendro Catalyst character utilized best as a support. Thanks to his elemental skill, Beidou offers substantial party healing. In addition, his burst deals off-field Dendro application, and his HP scaling is beneficial to both his Dendro buffs and healing.
Yeah. Surprised that he had a fantastic shield. A very strong shield.
Number 15, Kenich.
Wow, okay. Listen, I gotta say, I genuinely thought it'd be a lot higher. I thought they'd put him higher. I really did. He's a very strong unit.
When a character has a grappling hook in his arsenal, you know you're fighting with someone cool. Besides the swinging mobility, Kenich is an ace with the claymore and an athlete that other athletes aspire to. As a proud member of the Scions of the Canopy, exploration and adventure run through his veins. He's capable of spins and mid-air strike attacks, always choosing a practical killing stroke over pretty battle choreography. And once he invokes the Night Soul's blessing, his power is amplified to a whole new level.
Yes.
With his elemental capabilities and top-notch agility, Kenich makes for a strong Dendro DPS with great overworld traversal, who's incredibly
very
fun
strong,
to play.
yeah. I would have put him a lot higher than 15 TBA, I think.
Number 14, Clarinda.
I think this is probably fair. I think Clarinda probably deserves to be around about 14, considering all of the other characters in the game.
We must safeguard the dignity of the court.
I think this is a fair one. No, I think this is fair. Credit where credit's
And
due.
as a
I don't
last
think this is too
resort,
bad.
we will do so by force.
A 5-star Electro Sword.
No, Kenich deserves to be higher. I'm not saying she's better than Kenich by any means. I'm just saying I think she is probably the only one so far that's been in the correct position.
Wielder, Clarinda is renowned as Fontaine's strongest champion duelist.
Yes.
The lightning quick damage dealer deals fast electro application with her elemental skill and elemental burst, making her an excellent electro applicator on field.
And very
her
fun.
augmented
I'm sad I
elemental
didn't
skill
pull off.
allows her to choose between remaining in place or swerving across the battlefield, making for a quick and unpredictable playstyle. With Clarinda, access is gained to healers who are able to counterbalance the duelist's Bond of Life acquisition. This allows her to deal augmented normal attacks in rapid succession, all while staying stationary. With Clarinda, access is gained to healers who are able to counterbalance the duelist's Bond.
Access is gained to healers who can counteract the Bond of Life?
Bond of Life acquisition. This allows her to deal augmented normal attacks in rapid succession, all while staying stationary.
No, it don't. Healers have nothing to do with it.
Clarinda can also self-heal using Impale the Knight, which provides her with spectacular self-sustain while running
So why the fuck you need healers?
3 buffers with only a tiny amount of risk.
Where evil
What are you saying?
lurks, shoot on sight.
What is happening? Okay, next.
Number 13, Hu Tao.
Hu Tao's still really good, but I guess we are getting halfway into the list now, almost at the top 10 characters, and there are better characters now, but she's still very good. She's still very strong.
Tao, Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor Director. Let me help
She
you
is.
cross over.
As the Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor Director, it's this woman's business to put people in the ground. But given she's one of the most potent pyro characters, it's more likely she's cremating her enemies.
Yeah.
Her character is entirely focused on those high destruction numbers, making her
Caitlin, thank you for the 36 months. I appreciate it.
one of the
Thank you,
most
thank you,
effective boss killers in Genshin Impact.
That one was
What she
welcome
lacks
in.
in diverse AoE abilities, she makes up for with stupidly lofty damage.
Yes,
But you have to
she
be
is kinda
careful as her
crazy.
elemental skill drains her HP to deal out those big numbers.
Yep.
She also buffs her team members' crit rate and increases her own pyro damage the lower her health gets. She also buffs her team members' crit rate and increases her own pyro damage the lower her health gets. But you have to be careful as her elemental skill drains her HP to deal out those big numbers. She also buffs her team members' crit rate and increases her own
sitting there. Barbecue sauce on my titties.
Plumage, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hu Tao buffs your teammates' crit rate? That's a thing? She does? What the hell? I mean, I've never really used her, so I'm not surprised I don't know that. But that's interesting. I had no idea she does that. By a lot? 12% passive, C4's 24%. Jesus, goddamn.
pyro damage the
That's
lower
pretty cool.
her health gets. Imagine being so powerful that you have to be careful not to destroy yourself.
True.
Adventures
True.
are our VIP clients
Watch Mojo just taught me something new about Genshin Impact. What fucking universe are we living in?
after all. We even
Jesus
have
Christ.
coupons for you.
Number 12, Shilonen.
Nah, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're wrong. I don't care if this is opinion or fact, get out. She is quite literally one of the best new characters in the entire game. She is probably, I don't want to say the best support, but it's very close between her and Kazu, to be honest, dude. She's got to be way higher up than 12th. That's insane. She's not a must pull, though. 0 characters in this video game are a must pull. Must pull is a ridiculous term that insinuates that you require that character to clear content. There is no character in this game that you must pull. Even the number 1 best character you can get by just fine without. Must pull is just a ridiculous term that's being coined by a lot of Genshin players that it's never a thing in this game. Never is. Goddamn.
Shilonen knows how to come prepared for a fight.
Yes.
She's got the artifacts set to back that up. Her arsenal allows for plenty of build options, and she comes with formidable rapid strike and forward kick abilities. And she does it all on rollerblades. Aside from that, Shilonen works great as
Okay, I don't think there's that many build
a
options.
healer, but her real power is in her elemental skill that massively buffs your team's elemental damage by shredding enemy.
Technically, there's multiple build options for any character, but if you're playing Shilonen, if you're ranking her at 12, sure, you might be building her as a fucking Hydro DPS. I don't know what you're doing, but goddamn.
Elemental resistance. This makes her one of the best support characters to date and an asset to any team she's a part of.
Yeah.
Strong, sexy, well-equipped, and fun, Shilonen is one of Genshin's newest characters, and she's already making a massive impact. Pun intended.
That's for the best.
Crazy.
Better lost in the heat of battle than
Crazy.
locked away in a jewelry box.
Number 11, Yelan.
Let him cook.
Gotcha.
The mystifying, bow-wielding intelligence agent, Yelan is a 5-star Hydro character who alleges to work with the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes.
In spite of the fact that she's not on their list. This isn't the only questionable profession, as she also claims to provide her services to Yanshang Tea House, but we see right through her disguise. There's no mistaking this incredible
Well, of
sub-DPS
course.
character whose talents are of great help when your main DPS characters are experiencing downtime. She's great for overworld exploration with her stealth running elemental skill, and her elemental burst is able to increase the damage of an active character by firing hydro attacks in tandem with
Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, we're getting onto the top 10, and I'm quite scared, to be honest. Where is this going? The 10th character has to be somebody at least good, right? I don't even know at this point, dude. If this is some ridiculous shit like Nuvalet, Farina, Walani, Kazu, I don't know. I don't know, because in my eyes they're like the top 4, probably. Who is this going to be?
Number 10, Muan.
I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have just kept my mouth shut. There's no shot. There's no shot.
Surf's Up. Mualani is a 5-star Hydro Catalyst character and the proud owner of a water sports shop for the people of the Springs. With the proper setup and timing, she's one of the greatest single-target nukes in Genshin Impact. Sharky Bite allows her to mark foes while dishing out increasing damage based on the number of marks. Mualani has front-loaded damage, which means she's a great option for elemental reactions such as Vaporize. The source of her damage comes from Mualani's own HP, which can be stacked effortlessly with weapons, artifacts, and leveling. Or even Hydro Resonance. Another benefit to using the character is her elemental skill, which allows her to travel through water
all over the
easily.
place.
There's always a shortcut. Get ready to land.
Music went real loud, dude.
Here we
I'm
are.
very surprised she's
Number
in
9, Ryden Shogun.
At mortal joys and woes, and sees a world mired in impermanence.
Given that several playable characters are vessels of gods in Genshin
I just pulled that face because in the previous tier list, I'm pretty sure Ryden was... What rank was Ryden in the previous tier list, dude? It was something ridiculous. It was something ridiculous.
Impact's universe, you won't be
This is
surprised that
definitely
there
more
are
fair
a couple
than
on
the
this
previous
list.
one.
Ryden Shogun is the vessel of Beelzebul, the Electro Archon and God of Eternity, who is eternally badass. With a high energy recharge rate, passive electro damage, and some excellent buff chain opportunities, Ryden is a viable main DPS. But as you acquire some characters higher on this
Ryden
list,
kinda fell
she
off.
quickly
She's
swaps
still
into a
very good.
significant sub-DPS support role. Paired with the right fighters, Ryden greatly increases energy regen and elemental burst damage for the whole group.
Yeah.
If you work your combinations right, Ryden fills a slot on many teams nicely.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not a terrible choice to put in the
Number
ninth
8,
slot.
Alhaitham.
Fair. Honestly, very fair. I feel like Alhaitham probably deserves number 8, maybe even a little higher, but I think 8's pretty fair, dude. Alhaitham's a very, very strong character.
The mountains.
Very, very good.
And the
This
birds.
is probably the fairest one yet, I think.
Conflict.
I think.
Peace.
A Dendro Sword user from Sumeru, Alhaitham is a mighty damage dealer and flexible character who can execute every Dendro-related reaction on field. As a member of the Haravatat of the
What? He doesn't execute them necessarily if they're dendro reactions, but yeah.
Sumeru Academia,
I'm
he's in
being
charge of
nitpicky now.
reporting their
I'm being very
discoveries
nitpicky.
as well as planning ordinances. The Academia scholars are puzzled by Alhaitham's disinclination to seek greater power, which would seem to clash with his considerable ego.
Yes.
He's been known to fight with others often due to a worldview that puts a great deal of importance on truth and rationality.
100%.
Those who do clash with him should beware, as this character is capable of dealing considerable single and multi-target damage with speedy Dendro application.
Indeed.
I knew we shouldn't have brought this up with you.
Cafe.
I thought my answer was quite engrossing.
Number 7, Zhongli.
Just leave. He should have been like 20th at best. I'm sorry. Zhongli is one of the characters that has fallen off at this point. Zhongli has fallen off at this point, I feel like. That might be a very hot take. Listen, that might be a very hot take. He used to be very, very good. He used to be very, very good. There is no shot he should be anywhere higher on this list than like 17. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is an age of gods and monsters.
That's
I wish
crazy,
not
dude.
for dominion. Yet I cannot watch the common folk
Has he?
suffer.
Yes, Zhongli has fallen off tremendously. He has. There are plenty of other shielders that do far more than he does in a lot of teams. He still has probably the strongest shield, I think. But honestly, dude, I know it's the whole just dodge forehead, but it's not just that anymore at this point. There's so many characters with good movement in combat as well, right? There's also the fact that there's so many healers now, and there's not very many enemies in Genshin that are going to one-shot you, even without a shield. It's just, he's just not as utilized as he used to be back in the day when there was not many other options.
As the game's updates hit the servers,
And the Elemental Shred, I would put Xilonen over Zhongli any day of the week.
Geo Element saw one of the most significant damage buffs.
Any
and
day
of
of
course,
the week.
what other Geo user would you pick to have in your party than the vassal for the Geo Archon himself,
Xilonen!
Zhongli? While he might have some relatively low regular attack numbers, you won't be short on Geo to deal out his excellent stackable
Literally
abilities,
just Xilonen.
petrifying enemies with his elemental burst while creating shields to buff your HP, plus draining elemental energy off his enemies so he can repeatedly deal damage over a huge area. Damn, Zhongli, what other tricks are you hiding in that long coat? Damage over a huge area? Damn, Zhongli, what other tricks are you hiding in that long coat?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Number 6, Bennett.
Fair.
Let's light it up!
I get this.
Light it up!
This is very fair.
Bennett, the only Benny's Adventure Team member, is an extraordinary...
You had one job.
Light it up!
Bennett, the only Benny's Adventure Team
Pretty sure Braze is part of the Adventure Team, isn't he? Or is that just fan canon?
member, is an extraordinarily flexible 4-star character who can easily fit
thought
into
Razor was
any
part
team
of it.
composition. The Pyro Sword user was once
He has Razor? Yeah, right?
an abandoned orphan brought up in Mondstadt's Adventurers Guild after an old adventurer found him. All that adventuring must have paid off because it's made Benny into the powerful character he is now. Benny has one of the best attack buffers in Genshin Impact,
Yep.
which also yields fast and cheap energy plus healing. He also gathers considerable damage with his elemental skill, which
Yeah,
is
he's still absolutely good.
a low cooldown period that makes it possible to spam his elemental burst.
Oh, yeah, Razor and Fischl as the Adventure Team. Yeah.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Yeah, let's light it up!
Goddamn. All right, I think that was a fair one. Who is going to be fifth, dude? Kazu? Kazu should be higher if it is Kazu. Who else? Who else could it be? Farina? Nuvalet? We're missing so many really, really good characters here, and I'm getting very scared. Nuvalet's got to be rank 1.
Number 5, Nahida.
Fair.
It was my birthday.
When I woke up, I was riding in a flower carriage.
After being
When I woke up, I was riding in a Lamborghini. I feel like that'll be a high them.
confined within the sanctuary of Suristhana for an extended period of time, Nahida, also known as Lesser Lord Kusanali, is free at last, and she's a force to be reckoned with.
She is.
The 5-star Dendro Catalyst character is the best Dendro applicator and, as a sub-DPS, deals considerable damage, particularly with C2. She
Yes.
converts Elemental Mastery into crit rate and damage, which makes her highly versatile
She's
in
kinda
that she's
crazy,
able
dude.
to act in dual roles as both a support and damage dealer. Nahida's elemental skill is lengthy, with only a minor amount of cooldown, and a mark that can be indefinitely applied to a foe following team
Yeah, I was
rotations.
gonna say, it's like
it also
permanent
lets her
uptime.
more easily gather
I'm pretty sure.
materials in the overworld. Active characters who are within her elemental burst are granted a massive elemental mastery bonus, raising the efficacy of a team's Dendro reactions.
Indeed. Na, 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 na. All right, come on. Number 4. Who we got?
Number 4, Farina.
I'm gonna keep it about, dude. With all the characters left, I feel like top 3 should have been Kazuha, Farina, Nuvalet. I do. I think the top 3 should have been Kazuha, Farina, and Nuvalet out of the characters that we have left. I'm
Are you and I
curious
the audience? Or characters on the
which one of them is not going to be in it. I swear to God, dude, if Nuvalet and Kazu are not in this top 3, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Best utilized in a support role, the complex Farina de Fontaine is a 5-star
Arlecchino?
Hydro
I think Arlecchino should have been 4th. And then Kazu, Farina, Nuvalet should have been 3, 2, 1.
sword character who has been praised for her mental fortitude.
Farina's
While
very
we first met her
underrated
as
by
the
a lot of
Hydro
people,
Archon,
dude.
this is later revealed to not be the truth. Now, freed from the curse of immortality, she lives a more humble life as an artistic consultant and actor. In her Usia form, Farina has solid damage
Goddamn.
scaling and an elemental skill that can be refreshed over and over. She also provides an excellent damage buffer courtesy of her fanfare mechanic so long as a healer is present.
Yeah,
HP
she's crazy,
drain
dude.
for Farina's party members results in interesting ways of
He just spoiled Fontaine.
an actor. In her Usia form, Farina has Hydro Archon. This is the character who has been praised for her mental fortitude. While we first met her as the Hydro Archon, this is later revealed to not be the truth.
Oh my god, he literally said the thing that I said earlier. No shot, you actually just did that. There is... Dude, I literally said, imagine them saying, like, and here's Farina, who's not the Archon, by the way. Bro, just spoiled Fontaine. You fucking idiot.
Now, freed from the curse of immortality, she lives a more humble life as an artistic consultant and actor. In her Usia form, Farina has solid damage scaling.
Nova just banned Watch Mojo from chat.
And an elemental skill that can be refreshed over and over. She also provides an excellent damage buffer courtesy of her fanfare mechanic, so long as a healer is present. HP drain for Farina's party members results in interesting ways of playing with HP fluctuations.
Well, that's actually insane. This is going to make a bag of YouTube short.
Number 3, Arlecchino.
Okay. Fair. I would have swapped those two around. In fact, I would have put Kazuhara in 3rd, Arlecchino in 4th, Farina in 2, and Nouvellette in 1. Personally. But that's just me.
Head of the House of the Hearth and 4th of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, Arlecchino, codenamed the Knave, is a 5-star Pyro Polearm character best utilized as a main DPS. Father, as she is called by the members of the house, who she, in turn, calls her children, is a self-sufficient character who can be paired with a shielder or a team with 3 buffers. She allows for simple character building due to the extremely high raw scalings and many buffs
just
that
incredible,
are included in her
dude. She
kit.
really is.
This, plus her simple, low downtime combos with steady DPS, makes dispatching enemies a joy. Number 2, Kazuha.
Understandable. So Nouvellette is obviously going to be 1st.
If there's one wandering samurai to have on your team, Karehara Kazuha certainly slices through the competition.
That's because there is no other Wandering Samurai.
Upon his release, Kazuha quickly became the most desirable damage dealing animal party member. He can basically do what Venti can but more affordably, efficiently controlling crowds with his spammable elemental skill. On top of practically being a battery for energy recharge, his passive swirl damage as a sub DPS also makes him an excellent support character.
Not here?
So
if
when you're trying to maximize damage on the
I
DPS team, Kazuha will always be one of the
Watch
best
Mojo from everything. There's no shot. It has to be Nouvellette. It has to be Nouvellette.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Not after this.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
And if it is Nouvellette and they're like, this is the Sovereign, the dragon, by the way. He's a dragon. Don't forget he's a dragon.
Number 1, Nouvellette.
Okay.
I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me.
A Hydro main DPS character best built using charge attacks, 5-star Catalyst user Nouvellette is the leader of the Marcheseau Phantom and the Ludex of Fontaine.
The Ludex?
5-star Catalyst user Nouvellette is the leader of the Marcheseau Phantom and the Ludex of
He is a Ludex.
Fontaine. He's a recluse in the eyes of the public and appears quite disconnected from human emotion. This aloofness would make sense because, while he may appear human, Nouvellette is the Hydro Dragon Sovereign. This aloofness would make sense because, while he may appear human, Nouvellette is the Hydro Dragon Sovereign in reality. His charged attacks have high scaling and a fast tick rate, which means they can potentially deal significant damage. Adding to his mobility in battle, Nouvellette hovers while casting his charge attack. Let the mighty be humbled.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in Genshin Impact?
Thanks for frickin' everyone cereal. For the 4th time, watch Mojo.
Still fighting for the 100 biddies.
Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure.
At this point, I'm gonna expect them to start talking about leaks.
Loyal, thank you for the 100 biddies as well. That was one of the most ridiculous videos I've ever seen. They very confidently said certain characters were in places on that list that they shouldn't have been. And also spoiled the entirety of the Fontaine Ore Conquest. Let me check the comments. Doro said, what the fuck is this list? I'm gonna say, thanks, Watch Mojo, for spoiling the entire Fontaine Archon quests, you fucking imbecile. You stupid fucking for spoiling the entire Fontaine Archon quest. New sentence. And really? This list? Did you use ChatGPT? Why was Amber nowhere to be found? If she's not in the next list, I'm unsubbing. Comment.